Today, we're talking about a real scene that the producers of Toy Story deleted from the movie. We know it as Toy Story Black Friday, and it was published as an extra on the Blu-Ray of the film. Today, we bring you its creepypasta. The first few months of production in the Toy Story movie had turned into hell for the workers. After several drafts had been created, the bosses kept asking the artists for more and more changes. Once a week, they were required to make a progress presentation. However, they didn't like the result. After several meetings and presentations without progress, those who had invested money in the animation set a deadline to see results that would convince them. Otherwise, they would cancel the film. One of the artists locked himself up thinking of completely different ideas and alternatives that his bosses might like. So he thought that a possible solution could be to make the film darker. It would give it an adult humor and create a scary environment. A week later, precisely coinciding with the celebration of Black Friday in the United States, the artists returned to make a presentation to their bosses. The high officials settled down and silently viewed the material of their workers. The movie started with Andy playing cowboys with Woody. The recording continued with scenes such as Mr. Potato gouging out one of his eyes, kicking it, and placing it under Betty's dress so he could peek under it at her underwear. It continued later with images of Woody insulting and treating his friends with violence. In another scene, Andy could only take one toy to Pizza Planet, so to make sure he's the one, Woody throws Buzz out the window. The other toys see what happened and are angry with the cowboy for having done such an evil act. He tries to make excuses, but no one believes him as they had seen with their own eyes how he had thrown the spaceman without any remorse. The toys run to the window to try to locate Buzz, but they don't see him. They assume that the toy is broken and it's all Woody's fault. The cowboy excuses himself, saying that it is the law of the strongest toy, and all his friends are horrified. After several screams, the toys together grab the cowboy and throw him out the window as he had done minutes before with Buzz. The cowboy falls to the ground, and when he gets up, he sees Buzz next to him. His body had broken on impact. His arms and legs had been separated from his torso and stood a few inches apart. It had a large crack in the middle of the chest where various buttons and wires could be seen inside. His head was bobbing like crazy, and his eyes were so swollen they looked like they were about to pop out of their plastic sockets. Woody, scared of what he had done to Buzz, runs off. The scene cut and fast forward to the part where the two of them got stuck in the claw machine at Pizza Planet. Sid would come and play with the machine. The claw caught both toys and Sid took them with him. The scene cut again, this time showing the inside of Sid's room. Woody looked around in fear, tiptoeing around the room, but fainted after seeing one of the boys' mutant toys. Then there was the image of Woody standing in front of a black background and the Pixar ball rolling in the distance. Woody was looking directly at the camera. His flesh was beginning to rot with the exception of his eyes, which remained intact. He moaned softly, and his lips formed a smile as his body disintegrated. Right after, he would raise his decomposing arm, stick his fingers in his eyes, and thick, dark blood would begin to ooze from his sockets. Woody yelled and groaned looking at the camera. "Don't you like it? Don't you love it?" Woody was sticking his fingers into his eyes so deeply that he took out the entire top half of his head. He gave a sigh and began to eat the meat of his skull as if it were a delicacy. Afterwards, he would write the words, "Toy Story," on the screen with his fingers on the verge of decomposition. The projection ceased in complete silence. The bosses left the presentation and commented among themselves how much they liked the result. It was the tone they were looking for the new movie. When they arrived at their houses, every one of the executives who had witnessed the animation draft were brutally murdered. Someone had pressed into their eye sockets with superhuman force, crushing their skulls. No footprints were found, no forced doors. No one found an explanation for all those crimes. However, in each of the houses, papers with the storyboards of Woody's final scene appeared. appeared next to the corpses. After the Black Friday screening of Toy Story and all the murders that ensued, new partners and executives were appointed to make the film. They totally changed the dark character that the first producers wanted to give to animation and created a new success among children's audiences. The Black Friday incident remains a mystery. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!